With the rise of GLP-1 drugs such as Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, there's been so much talk recently in the news about food noise and how to reduce it. And for those of you that aren't too sure about what it is, it's basically this preoccupation with food or thinking about your next meal or craving foods which you're not supposed to have on plan. And these drugs are supposed to take away that food noise so you can just concentrate on what you need to do to get leaner. And whilst that's all well and good, you might not actually want to use a needle to elicit this very effect. And the good news is you can do things naturally to reduce food noise. And I'm going to tell you what they are right now. The first thing you're going to want to do is stabilize your blood sugar. And the way in which we do that is, yes, by including protein in every single meal, but also fiber and also dietary fats, which are going to slow down gastric emptying and stop the big spikes. So go ahead and stop with the random packets of Jelly Babies at 4 p.m. at the desk, because they're spiking your blood glucose and causing you to probably think more and more about foods which you shouldn't really be having. Now, second to that is have a look at hyperpalatable foods. And they're basically foods which set your dopamine receptors inside the brain on fire. And typically they're going to be a perfect combination of sugar, salt, and fat. Just think about the foods in which you typically snack on. Is it normally chicken breast and broccoli? Or is it things like cakes, cookies, ice cream, and pizza? And again, if we now look at those foods, the combination of sugar, salt, and fat sends your brain circuitry into overdrive. If we have less of these foods, we actually crave them less, and you get more pleasure out of natural sweetness from fruit, for example. Next, you want some form of structured eating window so that your brain and your body knows that when you're eating, it's time to eat, and you sit down and you have a meal undistracted. And then we're not mindlessly snacking and just grazing throughout the day, and your body's basically always expecting food. Set some meal times. When you're eating, eat. When you're not, don't. And then lastly, I know you've heard it before, but seriously, get enough sleep. They literally optimize or can wreak havoc on two hormones called leptin and ghrelin, which are going to be responsible for how hard or easy you find sticking to any sort of fat loss plan. I hope these tips helped. And just remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And the likelihood is that you can reach your goal physique and indeed optimal health without injections.